He was born with a need for speed. At 12 years old, he was a sponsored dirt bike phenom. Then a major accident left him paralyzed. You know, sometimes in this business, we get the opportunity to meet really amazing people with inspiring stories. People who have defied the odds.
It was just numb, like it was tingly, and then it went black right there. And then the next thing I knew, I was just laying on the ground looking up at the sky.
Some people are born to inspire. Some are born to lead. Others are born to show us anything is possible. 7 years ago, a kid by the name of Brandon Winfield raced onto the dirt bike scene. In 2005, he became one of the first African-American racers to ever be sponsored. At 12 years old, Honda Race Team handpicked Brandon as the next great rider.
I teared up, man. I started crying right there. I was like, that's insane. It's always been a dream of me to ride for Honda.
A sport that requires no fear, demands attention to detail. A sport that fuels the fire of every adrenaline junkie. Brandon's childhood dream lasted just 2 years. In the blink of an eye, his life literally flipped upside down. It was the smallest mistake in a sport that allows no margin for error.
I just kind of got caught up in the race, and we got the shift off a triple, and the bike just dived on me and went headfirst into the ground. And apparently, from what I've heard, the bike hit me in the back, and that's what did it. And I just laid there. I couldn't move. There was nothing I could do.
So I knew then he was hurt. I just didn't know what.
Brandon's father, Darren, rushed him to the hospital. And when they arrived, Brandon had lost all feeling from the chest down.
The main thing I was really worried about is that I was going to lose my son emotionally, personality-wise.
Sometimes our life's journey takes a detour. For Brandon, his journey steered him onto the racetrack once again, with his dad as his #1 fan.
I knew the thing to do was to get him back in something fast. So it was me. I started. I was like, okay, go-kart, jet ski, what's it going to be?
I just think the speed, how fast they go, is insane.
Brandon's need for speed has him turning corners at 60 miles per hour. And instead of 2 wheels, he now races on 4. And he's become one of the state's best go-kart racers.
You ready? Yep.
But driving a typical go-kart, paralyzed from the waist down, is impossible. Until now.
With a hand, you don't have as much force and you got a lot less travel.
Jeff Bacon, a local engineer and a go-kart fanatic, heard Brandon's story, and it inspired him to make the impossible happen.
The first time he got out of the cart, the very first race, if you would see the look on his face, a smile on his face, that was worth everything right there. To be paralyzed from the waist down. Most people would just give up, but he just doesn't give up.
This is the first ever go-kart in the U.S. that uses all hand controls. Brandon's now able to compete on the same course. He's able to ride against the best drivers. And his relentless drive to be the best has already won him a state title.
Dude, you're still living. You know, are you gonna sit around and mope all the time, or gonna take the best of what you got and keep going with it, you know? There's no, being sad about it's not gonna get you through it. It's not gonna change anything.
It's that infectious smile and contagious personality that brings joy to everyone who meets him, including the owner of Atlanta Motor Sports Park, one of the most prestigious racetracks in the country.
We want to get behind him and his racing program, so we want to give you a karting membership here, no charge, of course, and just be part of this kart track, and just to, you know, encourage other kids with challenges and such.
Brandon, what's your reaction?
I don't even have a reaction. That's awesome, man.